Morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here on this Monday morning where high pressure, you can see it circulating overhead this morning, leading to very light winds and chilly temperatures over eastern and parts of central, north central Nebraska. Right in here, we've got a lot of places down into the 30s this morning, whereas a little bit of a south breeze. Temperatures are in the 40s, even low 50s, where it's a little breezier in the panhandle. But those winds will pick up a little bit out of the south as that high scoots to the east today. That high should be closer to around Omaha later today. So with that south wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour, maybe slightly higher here around the Lexington, Broken Bow, North Platte area. A little bit of a south breeze, but it's going to help to warm things up today. Not too warm, but warm out there this afternoon after the chilly start. Overnight tonight, the weather looks pretty quiet. We have a couple of clouds around today. I didn't even mention that. Let's back up real quick here. Again, a couple of clouds today. There's 5 p.m. today. We could see partly cloudy skies in a few spots. Those will then clear out later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow we should see plenty of sunshine out there for your Tuesday. Once again, a slightly breezy southerly wind, and then a few extra clouds around Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. That said, I do want to mention real quick here, we are going to jump into this. I want to show you this forecast real quick, and that is the smoke forecast, because I completely ignored it here. And so I'm kind of improvising real quick here. I do want to get that graphic if I can find that graphic. I might not be able to find it here, but I will mention it has been smoky the last couple of days, basically since the cold front came through back on Saturday. We've had some smoky conditions, and that's something that may actually stick around for a while here. And I apologize, I can't find that graphic here. But that's something that we may continue to see in the coming days ahead, is some smoky highs, smoky skies. You mostly notice it at sunrise and again at sunset here, and that's something we may continue to see over the next few days here. Well, let's take a look. I can't find that graphic, so I apologize. We're going to jump into your forecast highs for today, which look pretty good. Mid and upper 70s for most of us, perhaps a few spots into the lower 80s. We'll slip back into the 40s for the most part tonight, a few 30s out towards the west. And then tomorrow we'll be looking at temperatures that'll be topping out in the low to mid 80s, so a little bit warmer as we look ahead to your Tuesday afternoon. And then Tuesday night and a Wednesday morning, a milder night, mid to upper 40s and lower 50s for most of us. And then as we jump ahead to Wednesday itself, we're looking at high temperatures that'll mostly be in the 80s around the area. In fact, mostly mid and upper 80s, as we are going to continue to trend warmer as we look towards the middle of the week here. So looking for that smoke forecast graphic still. I tell you, I'm trying to find it. For some reason, I cannot find it in my graphic system, but I'm going to do one more quick search here, because it is an important thing to talk about, even though it's probably not something that's going to have major impacts there. I found the graphic. It's not going to have major health impacts or anything like that, but it's something you do notice when you look at the skies. So here it is. Here's the next 48 hours of smoky conditions that we'll see here as we let this graphic load real quick here. It's coming in. There we go. Let's back that up. There we go. So there's today. So you can see the smoke has been pouring in from the west and northwest here. We're going to continue to see this over the next few days. And you notice it more at sunrise and sunset, not so much in the middle of the day. But that's something that's likely going to be sticking around for the next several days to come, unfortunately. But again, I don't think it'll have any major health impacts. Let's look at the 7-day forecast again. Otherwise, outside that smoky haze, plenty of sun, a few clouds here and there, some later today. And again on Wednesday, especially Wednesday morning. Temperatures are going to be warming up as we get into the middle of the week, back into the low and mid 80s all the way through Friday and Saturday for the Tri-Cities. And a few extra clouds around Friday, Saturday, and again Sunday. And this is with a cold front Saturday and into Sunday that will come through. That's going to cool us back, but it's kind of a temporary cool down. Sunday and Monday, we're down into the 60s for highs, which by the 13th and 14th of October is pretty close to average. Right now, today, our average high is about 70. One thing this graphic doesn't do is it doesn't show the adjustment over time. So for instance, as we get towards this time frame here, our average high will be down in the mid and upper 60s at that point here. We'll be back above average as we look towards next Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like the next warming trend will move in. Now let's look at the North Platte forecast. Upper 70s today, and then it's 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, mid and upper 80s. Maybe a few degrees cooler in the upper 70s and lower 80s on Friday and Saturday. Then that bigger drop in temperatures coming on Sunday of next week. You can see a little bit of a cool down Sunday, but then we're working our way back up above average as we look towards Monday, and then especially Tuesday and Wednesday we'll be back above average. And in fact, the Climate Prediction Center outlook for next week is still keeping us well above average, more than likely, and well below average precipitation-wise. So no major changes coming in that department, unfortunately. You can see it here on the European model. There's not much for moisture to show you all the way through the next 7+ days. This will take you through Sunday and Monday of next week. And then, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're still not maybe seeing much moisture through Thursday morning of next week. Let's take a look at the GFS model, which is not a whole lot different. Outside of a few days where there's a few clouds here and there, there's just not much for moisture in store through at least this week for sure. Maybe the middle of next week, but that might be pushing it here. That's the one big difference is next Wednesday it does bring some moisture through, but the GFS is different than the European model, which means I can't really latch onto that too much right now. Temperature-wise, again, you can see we're pretty comfortable today, but then we're going to see that warm air build in from the west over the next few days. A slight cool down Friday and Saturday, but not much. And then the bigger cool down coming in as we get towards the Sunday, Monday time frame there. And that kind of just depends on how much of that cooler air that's off to our northeast makes its way back into our area. But then we trend warmer again as we look through next week here. So let's look at the GFS model. Not bad today, warming up a bit the next few days there. You can see more of those oranges over us through Thursday. And then that slight cool down Friday, Saturday. It's a slight cool down, but not much. And then the bigger cool down could be early next week, Sunday, Monday there, and then we warm up after that here, and we'll see how things play out. Again, the GFS was showing us that moisture for Wednesday. If that comes through, that could be a major game changer. But again, it's a week and a half out yet, so I don't want to really get go too overblown on that part of the forecast right now because it is so far away. So we'll stick with the 7-day forecast for now, but I want to thank you all for watching on this Monday morning, and I hope you have a wonderful start to your brand new work week. I'll be back with you on Tuesday morning with all of the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye.